Welcome back to Mount Western Raceway. I'm in the final throes of completing the track, and I thought I might just show you through it because on this build I never actually shot any video. I thought it's just too much, but I thought you might be interested just to see where I'm at. So this is completely built. I've rebuilt this here. I do have photos of it. I might insert it into the video. I don't know yet. It's a bit rough and ready, but I completely redesigned this, as you are aware of in a previous video. So the way it works, we start up here. We have the 3D BotMaker start gate. It's a 3 gate, and obviously that runs down to turn 1 into the bank just there, and then flows down to the straight into turn 2, and then we have our home run, which is all the way down to here. I'm still coming up with the final ideas here. I need some diorama buildings in this area. It's just going to have to wait. That sort of stuff takes a lot of time to source and to build. And I'm currently just deciding on camera angles, whether I run with 2 cameras or 3 cameras or 5 cameras. Big decision to make there, because it's a lot of extra editing. Anyway, so what we do have, we have a nice little caravan park over here. This is called Appin Heights Free Camp. So if you want to stay on Mount Western Raceway, you can. You just need to book in and make sure there's a spot. And then over here, this is where the cars get ready to line up to race. And then we obviously have a road down here when there's some stacks, and the tow trucks and the ambos and stuff can clean them up and take them back. So they fly around this corner and they come down Mount Western straight here at a great rate. They fly through and they hit this, and this is where the race can be won or lost. And just before we head to the home track, before we head to the finish line, we have a car wash, a service station, some other bits and pieces here. So yeah, so they fly back home, down the straight, and the finish line would be there. I'm just deciding on if that's a good posse. It seems to be pretty good. And that block of wood, I'm thinking about doing something all the way along here and putting some LED lighting in behind here. I've got real issues at the moment with lighting, and it's a big problem when you're running slow motion. And obviously this is the home. This is where they all bunch up here. I'm just got to tidy this area up and pretty it up. And got some nice cars here. And there's some food trucks. I will be doing a food truck race later. Food truck wars. I think 3D BotMaker does something like that. So yeah, so that is Mount Western Raceway. It's in its infancy, and I'm so close to being able to race every day without having to readjust and mix things up. So there's your first look at almost a complete build. Well, I'm pretty happy with where I've ended up with this. You know, being in Australia, it's very difficult to locate and source diorama and all that sort of stuff. It's so costly. I know I say this in every video, but it is. If you're ever thinking of going down this path, it's a very costly exercise, but it's one hell of a learning curve and awesome fun to do this. I've been very lucky with some of these trucks I scored off, what's it called, Facebook Marketplace. So hang on, I'll just spin around here. Very lucky to score these at a good price too. So that is your first look at the layout. Stay tuned for racing this week.